It's Your Health is brought to you by Good Cacao, the world's finest superfood chocolate. It's also my favorite chocolate. Be good, eat chocolate. Learn more at www.goodcacao.com. That's GOODCACAO.com. The music is so good for your health for so many different reasons, and I am so excited to have the wonderful Al Hammerman on the program. He's been called a songwriter for the ages, and I'm just thrilled to have him on. Al's third CD, I Got a Song, is fabulous. Hello, Al. Welcome back. I believe we've been on before. If not, welcome back. Welcome to It's Your Health.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me on your show.
Well, I think it's so important. I'd love to know what inspired you, what artists inspired you, and when you first realized you had this talent and gift for music.
You know, I guess I always, even as a child, thought about writing songs, but it always seemed like some type of a magical power that somebody else could do and that I could never do it. And it's just like anything else, you know, it does take some talent, and, you know, I don't know how much I have or anybody else has, but more than talent, it's just setting your mind to it and to start writing. And again, as a child, I might have written a few songs. I really didn't get intently into it probably into my early 20s. A lot of people ask me, you know, well, can anybody write a song? How do you write a song? My son in particular is interested in songwriting now and has written a few. And my advice to him and everybody else is you know what, start out writing a bad song. You know, try and write the worst song you can. But once you've done that, you've written a song and you're a songwriter, and there's nowhere to go from there but getting better. And again, it's like anything else. If you want to do something, you just have to apply yourself and give it a try. There's no magic to it. Most of it is just hard work, and of course, if it's something you enjoy, that helps as well.
Oh, it definitely is. Well, it's obvious that we really enjoy it. Who were some of the artists you were inspired by?
You know, some of the artists who, perhaps going back to the older days of Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, you know, the Rat Pack. I always loved that. My parents used to play that in the home when I was young. Today's artists, you know, of that similar genre, and that's kind of the genre I write in. People talk about the standards. Harry Connick, Michael Bublé, I love those guys. But I love all the pop artists too. I enjoy Maroon 5, even Lady Gaga, and sometimes Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber, I'm not sure I've caught on yet.
I am not a believer or whatever they're called. You know, something my husband and I talk about, and he's actually a bit of a music snob. He would admit to that. I feel like the music today, it's so driven by commercialism. There's a certain sound, there's a certain beat, it's tested, and it doesn't feel pure. Do you know what I mean? It's really sad to me, so derivative. And now I sound like a music snob.
You know, and I know what you mean, and I must admit I enjoy some of the pop music, but it's kind of like fast food. It's there for the moment, and once it's gone, you're on to something else, and it doesn't really linger. It's not something you whistle once you get out of your car and say, boy, that was a great tune. It's just kind of there for the amusement of the moment.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of... I just mean it's so choreographed. Like, what do the kids like now, and how do we add the right beats? It's not as authentic as your music and some of the people you mentioned. I love Frank Sinatra. I love this time of year, driving around in my car and listening to the Christmas music, especially when Nat King Cole comes on. Just love him. And I really long for real music once again. So I love what you're doing.
Music is great music, all written by great composers, all the classics that we hear this time of year. I enjoy it as well.
Now, tell us a little bit about your style.
Well, again, my style tends toward that of what people have called the Great American Songbook. I don't compare myself to some of those great composers, such as Cole Porter, Irving Berlin, the Gershwins, but the style tends that way, and I don't really set out to write in that style. It just seems to be what comes out, but I do enjoy that kind of music.
Now, Hal, talk to us about how you're helping benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Well, you know, I've done several concerts in the past for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is a great organization. Make-A-Wish, what they do is grant wishes to children with life-threatening diseases, providing them hope and joy for the future. It not only helps the children but the family. So I've done concerts in the past to raise money for the children locally and nationally, but I do it because you know, it's like anything else. When you give, you get just as much back in return. Currently, I'm also working with another children's organization called Kids Rock Cancer, another great children's charity. And what they do is the licensed music therapists and songwriters will go in and interview children, again, with unfortunately life-threatening diseases. They'll talk to them for about an hour, talking about their hopes and fears. And then together they'll come up with an original song that they'll record together and put on a CD. And the songs are wonderful to listen to. Some of them very fun and uplifting. Some of them quite sad, but all very powerful. And it's another great organization to help children.
Oh, that is great. Well, Al, you have a song, Almost Christmas. Talk to us about that.
You know, I did write that song because I think many of us, we enjoy the Christmas season, and we've all said to ourselves, well, why can't this feeling of joy and goodwill that everybody seems to have about now last all year long? And the song kind of speaks to that effect as to, you know, what are the things that we should possibly appreciate or we can appreciate all year long to get that almost Christmas feeling. And that's really what the song's about.
Well, that's nice. I'm actually playing it a little bit in the background. We can listen for a moment.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so upbeat. Now, who is the woman you're singing with?
Actually, I'm not singing. That's a duo, friends of mine, Vince Martin and Dawn Turlington, two great entertainers.
Oh, you do. That's right. You are the composer and the lyricist.
You know, for most of I do, when I put on a show, I am the composer and the lyricist, but I have professional musicians and vocalists do the songs because, you know, it sounds that much better, certainly, than with myself singing. And I always sing a song or two on stage, but I always preface it saying that I sing only as a composer and as a favor to the other performers to make them sound that much better.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm listening to another Night After Night featuring Alan Hawks. It's so nice, and it must really be great getting into the creative process. I know my husband writes novels, and it feeds his soul. Do you feel that way about writing?
You know, when you write it's a lot of fun. It's a creative endeavor, and many times when you write a song and you look back on it and you wonder, you know, where did that even come from? There's a mystery and a mystique to writing, and it's something that's very gratifying once you're finished and you can look back and say, well, you know,
I'm loving this. Who is this? This Alan Hawks. Listen to him. He is fabulous, and the music is fantastic.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, it has that great standard sound you were talking about.
Yeah, good buddy of mine. We have fun on stage together.
Oh, that's great, Al. I'm just so glad you came on the show today. Tell us how we can learn more about you, get your wonderful music, and tell us what you're doing for the holidays.
Well, my CDs are available at CD Baby, Amazon, iTunes, so certainly in that manner. All proceeds from the CDs go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So I always say, you know, whether you like the music or not, please buy my songs because, again, it's for a great cause. For the holidays, I'm going to spend much time with the family as I can. Also, preparing for a new show for Valentine's Day, which is not too far past the Christmas season. And this show again will be for Kids Rock Cancer.
Well, I'd love to have you back in January to promote it. You're welcome here, Al, anytime, and have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And by the way, you have such beautiful blue eyes. You are such a handsome man.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me again.
Thanks for listening. For more information, go to itsyourhealthnetwork.com.